Hello. Fuck. I didn't mean to start that with a yawn, but here we are. I know it's a bit of a glaring light up there because there are no ceiling lights in this fucking house. The hallway has a ceiling light, the kitchen has a ceiling light, and the bathroom, well, the master and a half bathroom have a ceiling light. The basement has obviously ceiling. Are they technically floor lights? Because it is a ceiling and a floor, but then again, this ceiling is also the floor because there's an attic. You can't really get into the attic, but like, is every floor also just a ceiling to something? Like, is a concrete foundation the ceiling to a worm? Did you know for every person on the planet there are, I believe it's 60 million worms? I believe every 60 million there's 60 million worms to a person on the planet. You are worth 60 million worms. So, I hope that makes you feel better about yourself. It didn't make me feel better when I found that out, but it is fascinating. Did you also know that I believe when babies can first start seeing color outside of black and white, the first color that they are, on average likely to see by a wide margin is red. It's crazy. Anyway, we're not here with fun facts with Chris. Although I did used to have a redeemable stream interactable feature with the Legion tokens you could spend, and it was one random fact about me. And I quickly found out I don't have a lot of. I mean, I have a lot of random facts, but nothing I could think of that's interesting enough on the spot. Especially when the meme would be three people would ask me a random fact in a row, and I'd have to come up with three things while trying not to fucking die in Apex. So anyway, but I don't have any lights in this house for the ceiling, so every room is so dark because it's always lit by a lamp. And like I got that for Christmas like a year or so ago, the light on the wall, and I attached it right there, and that's the best I can do for a light. Otherwise, I have a lamp. I'm drinking a V8 right now. Drink a V8, low sodium. It's good for you. And honestly, I hated the V8 when I first did it. I got like the little 8-ounce cans, and I would just like when I chugged it, hated it, but it's grown on me. I don't like it. I don't sit there and go, this is nice. I didn't do that. No, I still kind of chug it, but now I can chug the bigger cans and be like, yeah, I'm getting 2.5 servings as opposed to the 0 I would get for 6 years straight. Um, so anyway, yeah, no lights, no ceiling lights in this house. So I grabbed one of my umbrella lights I used to use for streaming, and I just kind of put that in the corner of the room so I could, if I needed to, light up the room a little bit more. If I'm cleaning, if I'm just working on stuff, or if I'm filming something, then I can just give myself some additional light. So that was 3 minutes. I hope you guys are doing okay. I just want to quickly chat about what I'm doing, what I'm planning on doing, and the fact that we're already halfway through March. That's fucked. That's that's fucked. Um, so, oh god, I had something I was gonna say, but I immediately lost it. I was gonna do a solo cast episode and talk about it, but like, it's just that's another. I don't have to edit this, which is why I usually do. I fucking hate my facial hair. I need to trim this. It's just like my chin is here. My chin is here, but like it just grows straight out. Like a fucking Surge from System of a Down. It's such a new metal facial hair, dude. I gotta trim it. It's like steel wool. It's like the devil's pubes. It is just wiry and curly. Um so yeah, I was gonna do a solo cast episode talking about what's everything, but like there's nothing specifically I want to talk about. Like I keep forgetting that I have the solo cast and that I was gonna like make an episode around a topic, and I just again it's editing. I have so many projects on the back burner. Let's just go over what I have. I have a video for the main channel I need to edit, which is a short video which doesn't require a lot of editing, but it's just kind of sitting there. I have one cover that I am pretty much done with, and I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for a video for that. I have two other covers that I recorded in the same day that I need to start editing and see if they're any good, because I don't listen to myself when I'm recording it. I just record like 10 takes per verse, per chorus, per chunk. Maybe not 10 takes, maybe like 4 takes, 4 or 5 takes. And then I drop it all in the editing and I find the best takes of them all. And then I find the good averages. The good averages. I found like the best averaging, best median, whatever. And then see, does this sound at all good like what I was aiming for? No? Okay, delete. Yes? Alright, we'll see how it goes. So I had 3 covers, and then I need to film a video for each cover, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a full music video style cover like I did for Thoughtless. I might just do something like what I did for Hip to Be Scared, which is just recording myself performing with my microphone. Um, but just like somewhere else. For the one I have right now, I might record that one outside during like a nice day, or maybe an overcast day because it's a little bit somber of a song. I guess like it has a somber tonality. But anyway, I might just like set up the camera and record myself somewhere for those instead of doing a whole music video, unless I get like a big inspiration and I want to do it. I have 2 chapters of Transgression, 2 chapters plus the foreword, which is like less than a page long of an introduction kind of concept piece at the beginning of Transgression for the audiobook that I have. So technically 3 chapters, but I'm like editing chapter 3 right now, and I have chapter 3 and 4 recorded. I recorded 4 chapters in like 1 day, 2 days, I think, like like weeks ago. Um, Sorry, I had to pause real quick because I just had to absolutely. I just had to brown my pants for a minute. Sorry, I had a turbo fart snuck up on me and I had to pause it. Thank God. Um, so yeah, just know that for the rest of this video, I have a brown smear in my pants. It's not true. It's not true. Um, yeah, so I have that. I'm editing, and I'm still working on the poetry book, and it evolved into a poetry collaboration book with me and my friend V. She is going to have the second half of the book, the part 2 of it, and I'll have the first half. And yes, by the way, my finger is fine. I still have like a little lump. You won't be able to tell, but I have like a little lump in my bone, like right here at the knuckle. And if I bump it, it's still really sensitive and painful, but like I can use it pretty much to its full capability right now. But I'm pretty sure the bone is like that. So anyway, yeah. So the poetry book has a name, and it is pretty much on its way to being finished. I do want to see if she has any more pieces to include, because as it stands right now, the stuff I have written is like a lot longer than some of hers. She has a couple of like really short ones, like maybe 5 lines, which is like, it's kind of poetry. It's free form. Whatever it is what it is. I'm not saying they need to be longer, but a lot of mine, pretty much all of mine, are basically a full page, and most of them are even longer than a full page, and I had to condense them down into one page by formatting it differently. So instead of taking like a line by line, I made some of the line by line pieces into a paragraph. So it's a whole thing, but hopefully that'll be getting worked on to be published soon. I have been working on my Etsy shop a lot. I have a bunch of canvases. I have a lot of pins, um, all available for sale, and it's been a little bit discouraging with that because like, I put probably at least 3 or 4 hours into each canvas. Some of them even more. Some of them probably 5 or 6 hours. Well, all right. Well, the mushroom, I did like a little cute mushroom. That one took like half an hour. The duality one, where it's a book one, that one probably took. It was over the course of like 2 days, I think. Probably 5 or 6 hours. Um, the gorilla's windmill, that took probably 5 or 6 hours too. The pins are pretty quick to make, so, but it's a little discouraging because I got like 900 page views or something like that, but not one purchase, So but that's the struggle. That's what we do. Oh look, Via's messaging me back about the poetry book. Um, yeah. So my friend Jake P-Donk might purchase Lethal Company and get him on playing that. So that'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, if that goes well. I want to do some classic Destiny 1 strikes and nightfalls. I want to stream some of that, but I need to get, Dylan and Jake or something like that in there and run those. I know if I sound a little bit weird, I'm trying to be quiet because like my room is so dead quiet right now. And also, I've just been in a funk today. I've been so fucking irritable. Just irritable. I got a headache. My glasses are off because I have a fucking headache. Um, my hair's been pissing me off. Like, there's nothing wrong with my hair, but like this dread and this dread keep falling directly in the middle of my face. It's like, so right now they're just kind of tied to the side, just like in a little bundle because they're pissing me off. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just got a lot of things I'm working on, and I'm chipping away at them. And as far as writing goes, I'm like 100 pages into this book, so I'm at a little bit past the halfway point, pretty much. I feel like the second half of it is gonna wrap up pretty quickly, but I do feel like it's going to feel like such. I'm not gonna get into it. It's gonna feel like an anticlimactic ending because, like, my books, I'm always writing where like every chapter has a cliffhanger in a way. It ends in such a way that makes you want to go right to the next chapter, and the books end in a way that doesn't ever feel final. Like, even at the end of book one, how that ended before the epilogue in the last chapter, you could kind of look at it as like a bittersweet ending. A lot of lingering mystery of like what's going to happen with these characters and whatever have you. But then, and that's how it was always kind of meant to end before it was going to be more than one book. Just like, we don't know what happens after this, It's up to you to decide, kind of thing. But then, of course, after adding Chrism to the story, it became more complicated. And then I have the epilogue, and the epilogue immediately sets up book two. Same thing with book two. Every chapter ends in such a way that makes you want to go to the next one. Granted, that book has a lot more of a depressing tone, just heart wrenching tone. And then you get to the end, and it ends in such a way where you're like, okay, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be unpacked with the characters, and that's a different end point. But then it also has an epilogue that sets up like, oh shit, wait, there's like a lot of other stuff that could be happening. Um, so this one, the way this one's gonna end is because it's a middle story. It's not gonna have such an open-ended thing. It's gonna remind you that if when you read book two, it's gonna remind you of book two's epilogue, because this book is a continuation of the last chapter of book two, so it's continuing what ended off there, and then the epilogue is like the precursor to the next book with the other characters, and then so this is the way this one's gonna end is gonna be like, okay, so this wraps up the questions I had for the last chapter of book two, and now I remember, oh, the epilogue was setting up this, so what's next? So it does still give you that, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like a finale kind of thing, which it shouldn't. It's not a mainline. It is a mainline story, but it's not a full book. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling. Haven't been. Oh, my tummy gurgled. I haven't been feeling very socially fulfilled lately. Um, Kind of lonely. Uh, it's funny. There's this guy at my work who I don't fucking like. He's like fucking old pervert dude who's always coming into work fucking drunk and always stinks like he hasn't showered in 6 weeks and stinks like cigarettes. And I don't know his situation, but you only have so much pity when he's over there doing the Jack Sparrow at work. It's like, fucking hell, man. I gotta do a Jack Sparrow cosplay with my now that my hair is like long like this, and get a somebody give me a Jack Sparrow hat. um but yeah, so he comes in, I come in today, and he walks over to me just like, this girl. He's like, remember the girl you saw me talking to out back of work? I'm like, no, no, not really. He's like, no, you remember when we both of us said we liked your skinny jeans? I'm like, yeah, I guess. He's like, I call her. I don't remember what her name was, but he had a nickname for her, which was Jellybean Jess or Jane or Jellybean something else with a J. And he went like this. He's like, because she's got little small boobs. I'm like, oh, okay, rude. Like, she is very small chested, but it's like, that's just fucking mean. But whatever. And he looks at me and goes, she likes you. I'm like, okay, sick. And then he's like, yeah, she's real heavy stoner and she just gets drunk all the time. I'm like, not interested. You had me up until that point. And like I've seen her. It was funny because I saw her. She's one of the LNAs at my job, and she was. I walked by delivering food to the floor that she was working on, and she was leaning over the nurse's station, and like just ass fully pushed out into the middle of the hallway, and they're all talking, making jokes, and I was like, socially awkward. I'm trying to contribute, but fuck, does everything out of my mouth sound cringy because I'm gonna overthink everything that I say. It's one of those as I'm walking by trying to get back to my trying to get back to my nest, and she's just like ass fully out, just like doing one of these, talking to me like over her shoulder with her butt fully out. It's like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, it was just funny. He's just like, she likes you. She likes to smoke and drink, as if that was like a ringing endorsement for me. Like, yeah, dude, getting high and drunk, sign me up. Like that was like the worst thing you could have said to me for somebody that's I wouldn't say interested in me, but just like apparently must have said something to him about me. I don't know, but it's just like that's like the two worst things you could have said. Those are not qualifying conditions of fuck. But anyway, this is fucking weird, dude. Oh, I put stickers on my laptop. I don't know if I ever showed you guys that. I don't think I did. I had the sticker for a long time. I forgot I had it. Diverse, inclusive, accepting, welcoming, safe space for everyone except for pedophiles. BB sticker. It's a cat, space cat, and then G Fuel. Little do you know, underneath that lid is the most heinous, grotesque porn. No, it's the poetry document. And I'm watching Ghost Hunters. So, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been almost 20 minutes. If you stuck through to the end, leave a like. Yeah. Buy something from my Etsy shop, please. I need to pay bills.